girls basketball just won the division, and we also had girls bowling win the division for the 5th year in a row, and they also won a sectional title. And then we had a winter formal dance and a pep rally that went extremely successful, and all the students were really excited about that. And we had the students from the TV production, video, and photography club record the senior night of the wrestling match, and they're broadcasting it on the NEHS TV YouTube channel, so if anybody would want to see that, you can go ahead and look there. And then we also had the FBI come to the school today to teach the students about careers in law enforcement, which was really cool. And lastly, we have the academies have recently been talking about doing joint field trips to better the knowledge of the students. And then for the middle school, they just said that their winter sports just ended. And over the past 2 weeks, they've been sending 6th and 7th graders to the high school to learn more about our academies so that we can get more students to come to the high school. And they are having a volleyball tournament dance on February 22nd, and it's going to be a hit because I remember it when I was young too, and it was really fun. And they're also having Naviance lessons that are taking place in all grades at the middle school. And then elementary school, this month, Miss Liedka's 5th grade class is collaborating through an online community with 480 students from other 5th grade classes in 6 different countries. And within this, the entire project was created by MIT, and the students will create and share projects related to the New Jersey science standards. And then the elementary school is also entering into the NJDEP's Rain Barrel Challenge. And they wanted to thank the grant because it allowed grades 2 and 4 to attend a musical performance, which was really cool for them too. And then lastly, the primary school, on January 25th, they hosted a Scholastics Pajama Make a Book Family Night, and they said it was very successful. And they are celebrating Read Across America Day on March 4th with National Honor Society here. And they're going to go over and dress up as superheroes and read books. And they will be enjoying a traveling zoo assembly on March 8th. And that's everything. So thank you.
Okay, move on to superintendent's reports. Mr. North.
Okay, first the HIB report for the month of January. The primary school did not have any incidents. The elementary school had 3 reported, and all 3 were found negative. The middle school had 3 reported. 1 was found positive, 2 were found negative. And the high school had 4 reported, and they were all found negative. So overall for the month, there were 10 reports received in district. 1 was a positive, and 4 were negative. Okay. A couple of things, what I was alluding to before with the committees for the Board of Education. The round 3 of the professional committees start up again in a week and a half. The Professional Efficacy Committee is on the 25th. Student Services is the 26th. 21st Century Curriculum Committee is the 28th. Warrior Broadcasting is March 5th. And Warrior 2022 is March 7th. The musical in the high school, Willy Wonka, is going to be on the first weekend in March. And then the referendum committee, which we formed last month for people who are interested in being part of us going forward and see what we want to do with the referendum, getting a lot of community input for possibly a fall vote. That's going to be held on March 12th. These are at 7 o'clock. All these meetings are at 7 o'clock. And so I encourage anybody who would like to be part of that to please just email me, and I'll get your name and address and your email so that I can keep you in touch with everything that's going on. Sports-wise, I want to take a special interest in say congratulations to the girls bowling. You don't see dynasties very often in sports, but our girls bowling team has one going. They've won 5 consecutive division championships, and this year they topped it off with a nice group of kids that won a sectional championship. And that alone is very, very, we were by far the smallest group 1, okay? And because what happens in bowling, where there's usually like 20 teams in each section in group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4 in Central Jersey, not everybody has bowling. So what the state does is they still use that same magic number and say, okay, at first, these are all group 4s, these are all group 3s, these are all group 2. Well, when you look at group 1 in bowling, there's some group 3s, Okay, so there's schools with a lot bigger, that are a lot bigger than us, have a lot more kids involved, and our kids more than represented themselves in a very way to win the sectional. And then they had the thrill of going to the state tournament and bowling at the best bowling alley in the state of New Jersey. It's where all the professionals come. So congratulations to the girls and to the parents and to the coaches. Other than that, the girls basketball team did win a division this year. They will be playing in the States starting in 2 weeks. I encourage anybody who hasn't seen them play to come out and see them. It's fun watching them. Then the last thing I want to talk about is the whole referendum committee and any of these other committees. Again, I'm speaking to the choir here because I see the same faces that have come for the most part. But I really encourage people who have not come to any of these committee meetings to please come and see what's going on from the out of these committees. It's not just Board of Education members. Okay, you gotta remember there's students on there, there's parents on there, there's committee members on there, administrators, and what they're trying to do is different topics for each one of the committees to try to get input on how do we make our school better. And that's what we're really trying to open the doors as much as we possibly can and be transparent. So I encourage everyone who possibly can make it to please come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's do the presentation first.
We're going to switch it around just a little bit and go into the presentation of the awards.
One of the things that came out of the what we refer to as a professional advocacy committee is different ways of recognizing our staff members to let them know that they're appreciated and that there's a good job and that they're doing, and let people know that some of there's things going on in the school that not everybody knows about. We started the first one in December when we looked at recognized the second graders and Rita Williams for their Emmy. They got an Emmy. Well, it's pretty good. Not many teachers get Emmys, and they got an Emmy for what they had done. So now this was the second one. We started beating our heads against, okay, what are we looking for to keep the momentum going in terms of really recognizing someone who probably epitomizes, if I could put a definition on what a teacher should be. After I started putting my headset there and talking to people, it came out that there's one person I think that we really had to recognize. Patty DiCristofaro started teaching here in 1991. Okay, I'm glad to have her around because she's someone at least a little closer to my age. It seems like everybody else there's bigger distances than ever. She probably doesn't like it as much, but I appreciate it. When she started 28 years ago, she was a kindergarten teacher. And then by the following year, she became a 4th grade teacher. And over the years, she started using the house matrix, and she got middle school certified in science, language arts, math, history, and she spent a lot of time in 6th grade. Then I was looking through her file, and that's the other thing. When you pull somebody out who's been here for 28 years, that file is pretty big. There's a lot of contracts in there. There's a lot of other paperwork in there. But she has taught enrichment light.
Yeah.
She has taught what we called technology at the time. She has taught coding. And now she's doing STEM. Okay? So you talk about somebody who's evolved with the time. She's stayed current with everything that was going on, and not only was able to do it, she does it effortlessly on the outside. Now, anyone who knows anything about teachers who do things effortlessly on the outside, that means they do a whole heck of a lot on their own time. There's a lot of planning, there's a lot of organization, there's a lot of everything else that goes on behind the scenes to have somebody come up in a classroom and always look like, okay, everything's good, I got everything, no problem. Now, she has a couple tricks. I think her father taught her. She has a basketball hoops that she can have the kids shoot hoops and to try to get them back on track once in a while, break the problems that might be going on. But the overall theme that when you think about her, I have never gone into her class where I haven't seen her smiling. I have never gone into her class where the kids aren't all happy and engaged. And when you're talking middle school kids, Yeah, it's quite a task, okay? To have them every single day where they're there. So, this year, this month's, Plumsted Township School District Distinguished New Egypt Warrior is Patty DiCristofaro. It's only your 30 seconds.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for this honor. In my 28 years, things really have changed. We went from 1 school to 2 schools to 3 to 4. And it's still a great place to work. From the first time I walked into the store until today, I love being here. I love to teach. I love my students. I love my principal, my former principal there. And without all of their support and guidance, I don't know where I would be today. My family's here to support me, my husband, my dad, who was my mentor for 25 years. My dad and I drove together, so all those good ideas, I can say I got from him, because he taught here for 44 years. So I just thank my family for all of their support and for all of you and your support, because without your support, you make my job a lot easier too, and we appreciate all of that. So, and the community, thank you for your support too. So,
Thank you, Pat.
Congratulations. Thank you.
How do you feel to be recognized by the board for this award?
I am very honored to be recognized in this capacity. Mr. North came to me last week and told me about this award, and I was just totally shocked. And it's quite an honor to be recognized by the Board of Education and by my administrators and by the faculty and by the parents for this award. And I truly appreciate it, and I am very thankful to work here, and I love my job. Go New Egypt!